US businessman John Textor, who's currently part owner of Crystal Palace with 45% of their shares, has reportedly dropped out of the race to buy Everton Football Club. Apparently, he was unable to reach a deal with Everton majority shareholder Farhad Moshiri. It is thought that they were unable to reach a deal because Textor isn't in that position right now to buy Everton because of the shares that he's got. Because of the shares he's got in Crystal Palace. There was a story going around that he would hope to almost put his Crystal Palace shares in escrow, where he wasn't making any decisions regarding the Eagles, and therefore that would have left him free to chase the deal with Everton Football Club. Now, the fact that he stepped away, according to reports, may be something to do with a timescale. Maybe Farhad Moshiri didn't want to wait while Textor tried to sort out the Crystal Palace stuff. Maybe John Textor just hasn't got any kind of interest in the Crystal Palace shares at the moment, and therefore it was going to be a period of uncertainty, and Everton needs certainty right now. So, what we can say is that Textor was very complimentary about Everton. He did sort of get the story out there. He did let it be known that it is a great opportunity for the right people to get hold of it. A lot of what he said was very complimentary and very good, and maybe he was the one who's just kick-started this whole process. Who knows? But for now, it seems that John Textor is out of the running to buy Everton Football Club. It leaves it with Farhad Moshiri. He is now weighing up all the other offers from the interested parties as he decides which is best for Everton and himself, of course. George Downing and Andy Bell. We know that Vach Manoukian and his consortium are bid for Everton. We know that MSP are still in there trying to protect their money. ACAP are still trying to protect the money that they give to 777 to give to Everton. It's all a little bit complex, and also the Roma president is watching. Dan Friedman is watching it as well. We'll see whether there's any more over the next couple of days. But I think we all just want a resolution, and a swift resolution to this, because we need to feel like, we need to be able to move on. It just feels like we're in a state of limbo right now. Obviously, we're not. Things are moving forward, but we need it sorted, and hopefully Farhad Moshiri does make the best decision for Everton Football Club in the long run, and we can get new owners in and start to finally move forward. The Premier League have today revealed that they spent a total of £30 million last season for legal fees in relation to PSR breach cases. The cases, of course, were included Everton, Nottingham Forest and Manchester City. This is an astonishing amount of money, really, isn't it, when you think about it, for something that they brought on themselves. People will say, the clubs voted for this. It's up to the Premier League to implement it, and it felt like they just went gung-ho. And now it's still happening. The report does go on to say they think that a lot of the money that they've spent there is to do with Manchester City's case. That has not been heard yet, the 115 charges they have got against Manchester City. We'll wait and see what the outcome is. That is City, of course, trying to sue the Premier League for a separate issue. And we've also seen in relation to PSR today that Aston Villa are now considering suing the Premier League as well for the PSR rules, saying that they are elitist. We know more and more clubs are now starting to get on the bandwagon and say this actually isn't fair. Something Everton Football Club and us fans were saying all last season. And at the start of it, people were turning the nose up. People were calling us cheats and everything else. The reality is the rules are an absolute joke and need scrapping, and they need to come up with some new ones which do make it a fairer and more level playing field. But right now it isn't that, and that's why Aston Villa are considering legal action as well. And finally, Dominic Calvert-Lewin doesn't appear to be heading to Chelsea. That is according to The Athletic today. They say that Chelsea don't want to bring Dom in this summer. They've got their number one target, which is Michael Olise from Crystal Palace, and Maresca doesn't see the need for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's also got Breuer there, who has been linked heavily with Everton. Romelu Lukaku, of course, still a Chelsea player. Nicholas Jackson, Christopher Nkunku, who can play through the middle as well. And it is thought that Dom isn't going to be heading to Chelsea. And I think, Everton have offered Dominic Calvert-Lewin a new contract. He hasn't signed it as yet. Newcastle are rumoured to be interested as well. We'll have to wait and see. But we do need a decision on this one as well. He's got what is he? We're in June now. He's got just over a year left on his Everton contract. And we can't be letting that run down either. So a decision needed on that one as well. That is it. Make sure you download the SofaScore app and play the pick'em for the European Championships. It begins on Friday. I've done mine. It's free to play. Why don't you have a go? See how good you are. It's a free game. Why wouldn't you do it? The link will be in the description. Download that SofaScore app and play along. That is it for the news daily. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. See you later.